Hey guys, what's going on? It's your Inland Empire, Salvi Rideshare driver. Hi guys, it's good and a blessing, thank you God, for me to be here talking to you. I am going to do my best. Sorry for the airplane flying up. I'm going to do my best now because I am outdoors and there's no one around me. I will be taking my mask off so that you guys are able to hear me much better. The only thing that I'm not going to be able to take off is this oxygen. As you can see, I have here a tank. Now we're going to be talking about different things here today, guys. Now, very first off, I need to make a legal, a conscious disclaimer. I am not a doctor. I am not a professional medical voodoo, witch doctor, whatever you want to call it. I am not the curandero, nothing like that. All I am is a real human being who has survived and is still surviving every day Covid-19. And I want to tell you right now that it takes a lot for me to be here talking to you today. Like I said in the intro, it takes a lot for me as a human being to be here talking to you, whoever you're listening, whether you're a customer, a driver, a rider, a friend, a future friend, future rider, driver, whatever you are. Thank you for taking the time, a little time from your precious time to listen and look at this. Now, I do want to admit that some of this information may appear boring to you, not to me. Some information may be helpful to you. I hope it is. Whether it be an inspiration to you, whether it be a caution to you, I always welcome comments as long as they're respectful and no cussing. You can express whatever it is that you like or don't like, because that's the beautiful thing about this country that we still have. Freedom of speech. Just please make it responsible. I'm going to try to do this video in segments so it's much easier for editing, because I'm still recuperating. My vision is not all 100%, and I'll go throughout the different steps. June 27th, I get a very strong vomiting sensation, but not one like I've had before. This felt like I had been punched in the stomach, and I vomited. Like I didn't even have a chance to look for anything. I just vomited. I really didn't think too much of it at the time, because I thought, it's something that I ate. I was coming from from the TJ San Diego area, and I just said maybe it's something that I ate. The next day, which would be a Sunday, June 28th, I'm on the road from San Diego to San Bernardino, and excuse me, and the pain starts coming again. But this time, not only do I want to vomit and throw up, but just as I'm about 10 minutes away from getting home, I start getting dizzy. And half of my face is getting numb. In addition, I'm starting to have pain in the back. I'm going to call it sockets or nerves of my eyes. So I'm thinking, wait a minute, what's going on here? So I get home, and me being the big macho, I'm stubborn. People were telling me, family's telling me, let's go to the hospital. I said, no, I'm going to wait till tomorrow. Now, my niece's mother has a little temperature thermometer gun. And she hits my forehead, and the temperature is about 99 point something. It's a little high, but nothing crazy. The next day, the pain in my eyes gets very severe, and I vomit once again. I measure my temperature, and my temperature now it's at 100.3, 100.4. When it got to 101, and I'm literally like mamboing around, inside of me, I knew something was wrong. But again, being the macho, no, everything's good, I'm a badass, I said, no, I'm just gonna wait for a little bit. Let me see if I can take some tea or something. Well, let me pause here for a moment. My sister had ordered me pulse oximeter. Okay, pulse oximeter. I'm gonna put a picture here on the editing screen. And what the pulse oximeter does is, when you guys been to the hospital and they put that, is usually white wire and pinky finger, and then if you take it off, the machine starts beeping. Well, that is measuring the amount of oxygen in your blood. And the lower the number, that means that there's a risk that your organs may shut down, because your oxygen from your blood is not going to your brain. And your ideal oxygen level should be at 100 as much as possible. Well, sister had ordered it and then canceled it because I told her, no, I don't want that. That's like, it's so small that it looks like for babies. Well, she reordered again. For whatever reason, she had canceled, reordered again, and thank God. Sister, you know who you are. Out of respect, I know you don't like me mentioning names, but sister, I love you. Thank you. So the pulse oximeter arrives, and it's a small thing. I'm going to show you guys. It arrives, and I start, measuring my oxygen level, and it's low. It's at 60, 65, and I'm like, no wonder I'm feeling dizzy. Mind you, I have high blood pressure, diabetes, cholesterol, and other medical factors. So in addition to that, just imagine what my body's going through. So I go to the hospital, and 3 hours in, by the way, the hospital that I went to, I don't know how or why, but they put me in front of the line. There was at least other 10 people in front of me. I don't know why. I don't know how bad I looked or how actual my vitals were, but I went through everything, got my room, my bed, and about 3-4 hours later, after they did the nose swab, I get a doctor who comes in, Mr. So-and-so, you're positive. Guys, I was very upset. I was very scared. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I cried. Why? Not for me, but for my parents, my mother, who was also sick. Because how am I gonna explain this to them, to my mother and my father, when they know that I have other situations and conditions ongoing? And I cussed the doctor out. I told him, you better not be effing playing. There's a mistake. I don't know what you're talking about. I came here for, a headache, this. And he said, Mr. So-and-so, you're positive. Now, telling you is one thing, but when they hand you a paper with your name, your date of birth, and it says positive, no matter how small the word is, it blows up 20, 30,000 times. Positive, 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 positive. Just the same way as if you get a pregnancy test and your girlfriend tells you, I'm pregnant. And you're like, okay. Once you see that test result, it's for real. Anyways, you know the feeling. When I started asking questions to the doctor would not be able to look at me in the eyes. As a matter of fact, a couple of doctors that came in put their head down, and that's how they were talking to me. Their stare was down. Now, it's sad because of my background, I tend to, instead of people asking me questions, I ask other people questions. And this virus is so new that they did not know how to answer the questions. They even told me, I wish we had the answers. Now, this is the messed up part, the scary part. When you go to a doctor and you say, you know what, this is just an example, okay, guys, from a low to a severe. Hey, doctor, I don't know, I'm having an itching down in my private part, and it's been like this for 2 or 3 days. Doctor goes, oh, you have a sexually transmitted disease. Here's a tablet, take it, you're gonna be good. That's it? Yeah, that's it. You go to a doctor and say, hey, listen, I'm having chest pain or whatever. They do an x-ray, they're like, oh, you have bronchitis or something like that. But when your doctor straight out tells you, we don't know what's gonna happen, and you ask him, am I gonna die? And the doctor says, look, we don't know how much damage you have already inside of you. We're waiting for the CAT scan, the MRI, and the x-rays. Depending on how bad your lungs are, because it's gonna cause pneumonia. Is it pneumonia? Yeah, pneumonia, right? Pneumonia. I always get confused with pneumonia. So depending on that, then we're gonna go from there. Now, we're gonna send you home today. This is already like the 30th of June, so this is already like 8 hours into the hospital. We're gonna send you home today. Just take Tylenol and ibuprofen. And I'm like, Tylenol and ibuprofen? You're telling me to take Tylenol and ibuprofen on something that's new, that nobody knows what's going to happen or how severe, that you're seeing on the news and hearing on other platforms of people dying? You're like, that's it, a Tylenol and ibuprofen. Well, I don't take ibuprofen, guys, because taking too much ibuprofen is bad for you, on top of all the medications that I take. So I did take the Tylenol. That was a Tuesday, the 30th. I went home, and for about 2 or 3 more days, I was doing much better. Monday, July the 6th. Here comes the temperature again. And I am sweating, you guys. I am leaving my bed soaked. I'm getting shivers. I mean, it's bad. The pain in my bones, the joints, the headache again. Now, mind you, after the first time I went to the hospital, I had been taking home remedies like hot teas. That was helping with my cough. Hot teas with lemon, honey, cinnamon, ginger, and a mixture of other things. Okay. So when I get to the hospital, actually, I was being a macho man again, because, who wants to be in the hospital? I measure my oxygen again, and my oxygen level now is at a dangerous zone. So I ended up going to the hospital. They take my vitals, and they put me right through. This time, I don't know how many people were in the hospital. I feel bad. There was a pregnant lady, you guys, and I went in front of her. To this day, I feel so bad, but again, I don't know how bad my vital signs were, or how my face, or why pale. Well, I don't know what, but I went in. I got taken in right away to the first room that you go in, blood work. I went straight to the sixth floor. You guys, as soon as you're being taken there, you're seeing all these bodysuits that look like from the movies. Everyone is covered from head to toe. Okay? And all you hear in the hallway are ventilators and the machine. I don't care how much of a macho man you are. I don't care how bulky muscle you are. You're going to feel like this. For those that speak Spanish, you know what I'm talking about. But anyways. Así te va a salir a hacerle ahí, you know, donde. I'm not going to lie to you. It messes with your mind. Psychologically, emotionally, you're like, seriously? So then you realize they're going to leave me in the hospital. Effed up part, guys. Your family cannot come and see you. I repeat, your family cannot come and see you. They only allow your family to come and see you when you're already dying. Get that through your head, guys. For those of you that don't believe, and I respect your opinion and thoughts. I respect it. But remember, I'm just sharing my experience and my information. That it's up to you as an adult to make up your mind. But until they know that you're dying, that's the only time that they allow your family to come in. And your family has to suit up. They're not even going to be able to touch your skin. They have to suit up. And then they can come in your room to say goodbye, your final goodbyes. And usually 10 minutes after that, they unhook you from the ventilator. If this is still not sinking in your head, I don't know what. But if you really love, I don't know, your daughter, son, mother, grandma, wife, I don't know who you love, just know this. They do not allow you in any hospital. Any hospital. As a matter of fact, let me go back a little bit. If you go right now to any hospital for a regular headache or anything, emergency room, they still won't let you go in with your family member. The only exception is if it's a minor, toddler, infant, of course, they're going to let one parent go in, and that's the only exceptions, okay? Now, the good thing here is that I had taught my mom, I had just got her about 2-3 weeks ago, a smartphone. And I was teaching her how to do video calls. So that helped me out a lot because I could talk to family. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a big mama's boy. I don't care what you say, whatever. That's the first woman in my life. That woman I owe everything to. She worked 2-3 jobs growing up. We came from Central America and she did a lot to be able to buy a house in America. And she's a very hard-working lady, so I don't care. I'm a mama's boy, and that's my mother. And till the day that I die or she dies, that's my mom. That's my queen. And, if you guys are like that, that's good, guys. Be proud. Be proud because your mother is everything. Your father, too, but what I'm trying to say is that your mom is your queen, and no matter what, she is top of the line. So thank God I showed her how to use the phones. Otherwise, if it's just a voice. By the way, that day that I went to the hospital, because I had already been preparing, I already had a bag with my chargers, my hand sanitizer, you know what? I don't know if I should show the brand here, but you know what this is. I'm not trying to do any endorsements, anything like that over here, you guys. By the way, the shirt, I had already put another shirt. Unfortunately, I threw juice right in right now, and I decided it was already too much. Sorry, guys. The nurses that are coming in are telling me, the doctors are coming in, that as much as I can, I need to lay flat on my chest as much as I can. That way, the water retention that is being retained in the lungs can go away and drop down versus coming all the way up. Because once your lungs fill up with fluid, that's when you go into a very dangerous zone, which is where they have to intubate you. They have to intubate you, which is the thing that's going to keep you alive, because they have to put you in an induced coma. Induced coma, for those of you that do not know what that is that because it's very uncomfortable, the big tube that they put, the ventilator, that thing that you see on TV that has, it looks like an accordion. A lot of people are drugged, right? And they're like fighting doctors and taking it off, and it does more damage to the patient. They induce a coma for you to fall asleep. Now remember, when you're falling asleep, the only thing that's putting air in your lungs is that ventilator. Some people wake up, they take them off the medication once their body's vitals and oxygen is at a safe level on their own. They take them off maybe in 2 days, 3 days. There's people that's been taken off in 30 days. Now when you wake up, you haven't moved, so all your muscles are stiff. You have to learn how to walk again. You have to learn how to talk again, because you've been asleep, you guys. Now, most people, I believe it's about 75-80% can fully recuperate motor function, speech therapy within 1 to 6 months, okay? Depending on how level, your age, your medical conditions, all these factors, okay? So then I get a doctor telling me, okay, you're not doing good. Your oxygen level here is low. They would connect me to the machine, and then my oxygen level will go up, and then disconnect me, and then the oxygen level would go down. And I was getting very irritated. I was getting very sad. I was getting like very bummed out with my own self. I'm thinking, no, I got to get out of here, man. You know, and it's not just about the food that they give you in the hospital. You know, it's not just about that. It's, you could hear people screaming from the pain. There's people that get so much pain, like different levels, you guys. This is not the same pain or outcome for every person. It's not. It's not. Okay? That's why it's so scary, because no one knows what's going to happen. Everyone knows, for example, if you're a woman and you get pregnant, yeah, blah, 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 these are the steps. You know, this is what you're going to feel if your water breaks. This is what you're going to feel if we need to have a C-section. It's so many years of trajectory that the doctors know what they're doing. Not over here. And what I mean by that is, there was days where I saw someone that was completely messed up. I could hear them in pain, and the next day they got up and went home. On the other hand, there was days that I saw someone that was much healthier than I am. Let me take a moment, guys. And they would roll them out in a black body bag. Let me repeat that again. They would roll them out in the black body bag. Yeah. Those patients never had an opportunity to say goodbye to their family, to kiss their family. You know, when you have an accident, a car accident, a motorcycle accident, you know, a victim of shooting, most people have the opportunity for their family to come and you recuperate, or if you're not going to make it, at least your family was there with you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Not now. And it's not just for the COVID-19. It's like, again, you guys do some research. Don't just listen to the fake news. Look at real people like myself who have been through it, who have facts, documents. If you guys want to meet me in person, you guys, there's always my number and email on each video link. I will gladly talk to you on the phone. I will gladly email you, text you, and tell you what I did, what worked for me, what didn't work for me. Okay, if I can help someone, because you have to understand, when this is going on, your own family is gonna betray you. Your own family, because we don't understand. We, as human beings, we have been taught, and this is a big error, that whatever we don't understand, we fear, right? We fear. What we don't know, what we don't understand and comprehend, we fear. Okay, and that's something that we need. Imagine if all our lives we feared everything. We wouldn't be able to go outside. We wouldn't be able to walk out. There's dangers every day. But I mean, if we just lock ourselves inside our house, close all the windows and shades, and just never come out, then I mean, what kind of life is that? But I'm sorry if I'm getting a little sidetracked here. It's just trying to remember everything. There's distractions here outside. The paleteros right here messing up, and of course. So let's see if they go by here quick. Then one of the doctors tells me, by the way, there's regular doctors and then there's virologists. I hope I'm saying this correctly. They're the doctors that actually know and study viruses, and even they don't know everything. And they say, look, I don't know if you guys know this, but each hospital, each county is trying different drugs. Okay. And at one point, it becomes frustrating because you end up feeling like a lab rat. And I didn't want to be that. I didn't want to be another statistic of being a lab rat. If you don't understand what that means is when they start trying different medications and drugs on you to see what happens. I mean, come on, we can't see what happens. But again, this is something new that it's a lot of pressure on the doctor. So the doctor gave me a list, and I'm going to screenshot this, a list of 4 medications, 4 strong drugs. If your oxygen doesn't improve, if the fluid in your lungs does not lower, I don't want to put the ventilator on you. That's when they sleep you in this coma and they put that big ventilator on you. However, as soon as you take 2 of these medications, your kidneys are going to shut down. What? Yes, your kidneys are going to shut down, and immediately within minutes, we're going to have to put you on dialysis. What? Whoa. You're telling me that I came in here for one thing. I'm being told that I have this. I'm being told that I have 4 options. 2 of those medicines are going to make my kidneys shut down, and then I'm going to go to dialysis. What? Dialysis? Yes, we're going to put you in dialysis so that we can put plasma from the blood of another person into your body. Well, me, right? Oh, and we need to know what you want to decide within 24 hours. I'm going to come and talk to you tomorrow. I remember that day very clearly. I didn't want to eat dinner. I didn't want to do anything. It felt like everything that I am as a human was taken away from me. Everything that I thought I was a badass it made me feel so small. I had no control. You know, when you have control of a situation, whether it is at your work, at your house, when you're driving the vehicle, you have control. Imagine trying to drive a vehicle and the vehicle is driving by itself, braking by itself, and you're like, well, I might just put my hands up here and let the car do whatever it wants. I talked to my family. I got their opinion. I did some research on those drugs. I took my smartphone, my tablet to the hospital. And I said, no, I'm not going to do this.